Today we're talking about something very, very important, and I think it's something that a lot of people have. It's a question I see happen. I mean, it's a question I hear quite a bit from people, right? And the question is, why can't my business just work, right? Why can't it just work? Why all this drama? Why all this stress? Why all this and that? Why can't it just work? All right, and that's the question I'm going to try and answer today. All right. Of course, that there is no way for me to answer that question in depth as long as I don't know your peculiar situation. But we're going to do our best to try to provide you with some sort of guideline and a framework and an idea for how you should be thinking about these things when it comes to the operations of your business. So the reality is this, right? Because I am not in your peculiar situation, the short answer is I don't know, right? but, right? But the short answer, yes, I don't know. However, I know that in my experience, why people's businesses don't work are centered around a number of things. They are not that many, all right? And so what is important is to share with you what those things are so that you can take those things and look at the peculiarity of your own situation and then find a way to solve your issues and resolve your issues and get your business on track. So why is your business not working? Because I am not in the peculiarity of your situation, it may be difficult to tell you exactly why. However, I can provide you with guidelines, and I can help you think through how you should be thinking about this. Now, the first thing I want to say to you is this: if you are in that place where you feel like your business is not working and you feel like, listen, this thing is just very frustrating, my business is not working, and all those types of things, right? The first thing is this: do not make sure, in fact, let me put it this way, refuse to be frustrated and refuse to be overwhelmed. I'll say that again. Refuse to be frustrated and refuse to be overwhelmed. Two wrongs don't make a right. Your business is already not working. Don't make things worse by being frustrated and being overwhelmed. Listen to me. Calm down, right? Listen, the good part about your frustration is this: you are frustrated enough to want to make a difference. You are frustrated enough to desire change. That is a good thing, and kudos to you. But do not allow that frustration overwhelm you, because once you get to a place where your frustration is overwhelming you, then your ability to get solutions becomes very difficult. If you listen to, I don't know if this is a great example, but when I watch movies and I watch movies of assassins and things like that, one of the things I hear them talk about is that you should not be afraid, because when you are afraid and overwhelmed by your situation, you will make a lot of mistakes. That's why it looks like when you see some of these so-called deadly guys and assassins and all of that in movies, they have been trained to manage their emotions such that their frustrations do not get out of hand. Once your frustration doesn't get out of hand, there is hope, and you can solve your problems and you can resolve the situation. So the first thing is this: do not be frustrated, do not be overwhelmed, and do not lose your joy. If you lose your joy and you lose the excitement and you lose the reason why you started business in the first place, you are going to be in trouble, and it's going to be difficult for you to get that back on track. Now, having said that, the second thing I want to say to you, which is critical and very important, is this: please allow me and permit me to be so bold to suggest, right, that the lack of functionality of your business is essentially an information problem. Listen, if your business is not working, there is a piece of information that you are missing. I don't know who you are. I don't know what you've done. I don't know what you have not done. But please pay attention and just listen to me for the next couple of minutes. If your business is frustrating you and it is not working, I put it to you today that one of the biggest problems is lack of information somewhere. There is something you are missing that you don't know yet, or you have not figured it out yet. How do I know? Listen, how do I know if I am in a situation where I have an information problem? You have an information problem when your opportunity versus expectation has a mismatch. In other words, in your mind, you have estimated the opportunity in your industry and in your business as X. However, your reality is Y, and Y is significantly less than X. What that means is this: you had thought that when you do this business, you will get X result, but your result is at Y, is below par and below expectation. Whenever you are in that type of a situation, most often than not, you have an information gap. There is a piece of knowledge, there is a piece of information that you are missing about that particular business. Don't get angry, don't fret. Get the information that you need so that you can become better. When people know better, they will do better. I'll say that again. When people know better, they will do better. So allow me to suggest that there is an information gap somewhere. All right. The second reason why I know that people have information gaps and information issues is if you have seen something work for other people, but it is not working for you. My brother, my sister, I put it to you today that there is an information gap somewhere. Listen, if you run a barber shop and you see somebody else's barber shop succeeding and yours is not, there is a piece of information you are missing. If you run a laundry business, you see somebody else that is successful in that laundry business and you are not, there is a piece of information you are missing. Please and please do not be prideful about this matter, right? Just take it easy and relax. There is a piece of information you are missing and you need to get that information to get out of the rut that you may be in. Okay, so look for knowledge and search aggressively for that knowledge. Ask people who are doing that in your space. Look for mentors, watch videos, read books, whatever it is that you need to do. Find the information that is missing, right? That is causing the frustration for you in your business. Listen, and I want to say it again. There is information that you don't have, especially when you know that other people are succeeding on this same business and you are not. There is a piece of information that you are missing. My encouragement to you today is be humble enough to look for that information and find that information and plug the gap. Let me say this to you. If you find information and that information does not seem like it is working for you, you have not found the right piece of information. Information is abundant everywhere, right? If you get information about an area you are lacking in your business and that piece of information doesn't seem like it is working for you, you probably have the wrong piece of information. And that's the reality. So it's important that you get the right information and understand what exactly is going on, right? Now, the third thing I want to say to you is this. Let me not lie to you, my brothers, my sisters that are joining me on this call today, right? My friends, let me not lie to you. Business can be hard. And I'm saying so as somebody that has started multiple businesses. I have failed in a number, I have succeeded in a few, right? Business is hard. It is made up of several moving parts that if you don't get everything right, you will not get the kind of results that you want. I don't know who you are, I don't know what your situation is, but one thing I know is this: there is no one thing that you can do that can make all your problems disappear. None. Stop looking for a silver bullet. It does not exist. There is no one thing that you will do that all your problems will stop existing automatically. It takes time, it takes effort, and it takes you putting a lot of things together and putting a lot of things in place for that thing to work. There was a time when people talked about have a great product. When you have a great product, customers will come. We later realized that that is not enough. Then they started saying that, oh, you must be in the right market, you must be in the right environment. And we realized after a while that even those in the right environment are struggling. Then they now said, oh, it's all about the customer. Customer is king. And you are correct. Customer is king, but customer is not always right. But we realize that because customer is not always right, sometimes even that one is, for lack of a better word, one chance. Okay, so what exactly do you then need to do to succeed in business? Business has several moving parts. If you think you can only do one thing and all your issues and sorrows will go away, listen, you have another thing coming. Okay, so you must get it right, and in many cases, right, it is never one thing. I want to show you something that I drew, right? I hope you can see this. Okay, I hope you can see this, on the screen. Okay, so I've, so to speak, hidden my face, right? But if you are here on Instagram and you're still watching me, all right, let me know if you can see this. All right, please type it in the comment section. Let me know if you can see this. Say I see it or I don't see it. All right, let me be sure that you can see it, because I want to show you something. Is almost like a framework that I tried to put together to describe the complexity within business, right? All right, so let me know if you can see this, and let me know if you can see it quite clearly. Now, if you look at this, I've got three circles. Okay, I've got three circles here, 1, 2, and 3. This first circle here is called market stroke platform. Market stroke platform. The second one here is called product or service. Product or service. Somebody says it's upside down. I'm so sorry, I don't know how to make it reverse, right? But I'm going to read it out, so just tell me what please just listen. All right, okay, someone says if I turn it the other way around. Okay, let's see if this will work. All right, can you still see it? Can you see it? All right, so the first one here, I've got market stroke platform, right? Okay, is it still in reverse mode? Okay, all right, great. So the first thing here is market stroke platform. What I have here is product or service. What I have here is customer. All right, now here's what I'm saying to you. There is an intersection where your market must intersect with your product, must intersect with the customer. This black spot here that is shaded here, right, that is the sweet spot of every business. The point I'm trying to make to you is this: you need to get your market right, you need to get your product right, you need to get your customer right. Back in the days, the market used to be a physical marketplace, but thanks to the likes of Instagram, Facebook, and all those social media, digital media platforms, your market can be anywhere. Your market can be anywhere online. Your platform can be anywhere online, right? Your product or service has not necessarily changed. Your customer also has not necessarily changed. The question is this: how do you target your customer on your market or platform using your product or service? I'll say that again. How do you target your customer within your market and platform, leveraging your product and service? This is what you want to do, and this black spot is really where you want to be, which is where you intersect between those three things. One of the things you will notice from this diagram is that the circle of product is big, the market and the platform is big, the customer is big, but the part where you make money is really small. This is where the billions come from, right? Where you are able to intersect the three opportunities, the three platforms. These are three things you need to get right if you want your business to succeed. Now, underneath here, right, I have put people, structure, finance. These people, structure, finance, these are part of the administrative things that you need to do, right? By, these three things drive your market, your product, and your customer. Your people, your structure, your finance drives how your market platform, product, and customer will function. All right, now let me put this down, but I hope you got this, and I hope that you have seen this. Okay, now why am I sharing this with you? Okay, why am I sharing this with you? I'm sharing this with you because I'm trying to show you that sometimes running a business can be complex, because you need to get a number of things right. You need to get your market right, you need to get your customer right, you need to get your product and your service correct. If you don't get these things right, it may be difficult for you to succeed in business. If that is the case, right, and you are frustrated because of that, right, you need to first and foremost calm down. Again, go back to what I said earlier about information. When you look at those circles that I drew there, where are you lacking most information? Are you lacking information on the customer side, or you are lacking information on the market side, or you are lacking information on the product or service side, right? Whatever area that you are lacking information, my advice to you, especially when you are overwhelmed with your business, is start from the 3 circles that I drew, right? You can rewind this video, afterwards and watch it again. Start from the 3 circles that I drew. I will worry less about people, structure, and money. I now will focus a little bit more on ensuring that my customers are right, my product and my services are correct, and my market and my platform is correct. Once those 3 things work together, everything else, which is the people, the structure, the finance, which are also very important, will support all the things that are in that circle. I really hope this makes sense to you, and I hope that you really understand it, right? If you missed out on the image, please go back and watch this video, right, and look at the image that I showed, right, and how that is one of the ways that I think about business, right? And I think about the fact that I need to get my customers right? But if I assess my customers and my customer acquisition strategy, how many percent will I give myself? If I give myself 60%, and I give myself maybe 70% on my product or service, and I give myself maybe 50% on the market, then I know that I need to come up here and make the balancing act so that it can work. But listen, and I shared this with you so that I want you to think along these 3 frameworks: customer, market, product. Do you have the right product to the right customers, and are you reaching them on the right market? Thank you for telling me it makes sense. Thank you. I'm so glad to hear that. Do you have the right product? Are you reaching out to the right people, and on the right channels? Because some of you are reaching out to people who are not on social media. For example, if you are trying to reach out to HNIs, social media may not necessarily be the best place to find them. Relationships are better to find people like that. So the question you need to be asking yourself is, what social networks and what social platforms do I belong to if I'm looking to reach HNIs in my own space? All right, so it's very important. Okay, now the last thing I want to say to you is this today, and then I'll close, is this, right? How do you reach out? I really don't understand your question, Nana, so maybe you can answer the question, ask the question differently. I can help you. Now the last thing I want to say to you is this. I watched a movie about 2 years ago. I think it was 2 years ago. The movie had come out since, but I only just saw it about a year or 2 ago. I can't remember exactly where. The movie is called Coach Carter, right? Coach Carter is a movie where Samuel L. Jackson acted as a coach of a high school basketball team, right? Coach Carter. Now, something important happened. Please follow me, please, because this is a very powerful lesson. I promise you what I'm about to tell you will change you. Listen, this is what happened. When Coach Carter went to the gym where the guys practice for basketball, right? When he got there, one of the first things he said after all the shenanigans had happened and the people that walked out on the team, one of the first things he said that I will never forget as long as I live is this. He said to all the members on the court, all the players on the court, this is what he said to them. He said, listen, none of you have a problem shooting the ball. None of you have a problem shooting hoops. The problem you have is that you cannot run up and down the court. He now said something very powerful, and this is the clincher. He said, I cannot train you and teach you basketball until I first and foremost put you in a condition where it is easy for you to play basketball. What am I trying to say to you? Many entrepreneurs know what it is to run around. They know what it is to hustle. But the condition to produce results on a consistent basis, they do not have those conditions in place. What are some of those conditions? The right mindset. The right mindset is what will carry you over whenever life looks like they want to knock you down. When you are not in the right condition to be successful, success will always elude you. Listen to me. Please listen to me. He said something, listen, profound. I will never forget. Until you get into the condition for an athlete, every time we try to train you, when you are not in the right mental and physical condition to be trained, we will be wasting our time. Adults learn on a need to know basis. If you do not get into shape, anybody that you see that is an athlete, right? It is more important that they get into shape than they play the hoops and all those things. When Kobe Bryant was alive, this was one of the biggest things that was the hallmark of his career. Kobe Bryant ensured that he was always training to get himself in the condition that it was appropriate to play basketball. Listen, as an entrepreneur, you must get into the zone. You must get into the condition that you need to be successful in your business. What are some of those conditions, right? Every champion has a success routine. The question I have for you today is, what is your own? Every champion has a success routine. The question I have for you today as an entrepreneur is, what is your own? Because before you say my business is not working, what is your success routine, right? How do you ensure? Listen, for some people, the conditions around you may be a toxic workplace. For some people, it may be the fact that there is absolutely no more joy, there is frustration, life has been sucked out of you. For some people, there is discouragement. You have lost the will to fight. You've lost the will to take the fight to the world. You've lost the will to get up every day and fight. Listen to me. Until you get into the right mental condition, you may be where you are for a long time. And I'm telling you the truth. One of the things you should put as a core value for yourself in life and in business is positive energy. Anybody around you that has negative energy, my brother, my sister, cut them off. I'm telling you the truth. Cut off people with negative energy. You need positive energy around you. You know why? I've always said this, that many times what people think is not important is probably the most important things. When you think that, as long as I'm going every day, I'm going to work, I'm doing all of this, I'm hustling and all of that, listen to me, right? It is not just by the hustle. There is a condition you must be in to be successful. There is a mental frame that you must have to be successful in life and in anything. So you need to train yourself to get into the right condition. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. You need to train yourself to get into the right condition, because let me tell you something. Everything around you will look for a way to discourage you. Everything around you will look for a way to make you depressed. Everything around you will look for a way to take you out of the right conditioning and the right mental frame so that you can take the right decisions. Because if you are not in the right mental frame, you cannot take the right decisions. It's just the way it works. It's just the way it works. So, I hope with these few sayings of mine today, I've been able to help you, give you some perspective as to probably why your business may not be working. We've talked about 4 or 5 things, and I want you to just sit down, relax, and think through some of the things that I've said, right? It might be a knowledge problem. It might be an action problem, meaning you are taking the wrong actions. It may be a mentality problem, meaning that the condition that you need to be in to make this business work, you have given up. You have given up. And let me tell you something, there's nothing you can do to help somebody that has given up. Once a man has given up and said that there is no more hope, it is very difficult to help that person. Very difficult. So that's why I always tell people, no matter what you do, make sure you never get into a place where you are tired, you are quitting, and you are done. Whatever you do, as long as you have breath on your lungs, keep fighting, keep pushing, and keep going. Thank you so much for joining me today on Market Faith. I really hope that has been helpful for you. Thank you. All right. Thank you so much for being a part of the teaching today.